Hey, Juice, the only thing better than looking clean is looking clean on your own time.
No doubt about it, Big Seth. And that's why I always call my man Ara at A&T Dry Cleaners anytime I need my clothes laundered or dry cleaned.
Tell him exactly why you call Ara.
Because A&T offers free pickup and delivery at your home or office, so you never have the inconvenience of trying to find time to take your dry cleaning somewhere. They bring it to you.
That's exactly right, Juice. You can walk into their Fort Lauderdale location, but A&T serves Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Southern Palm Beaches with their convenient pickup and delivery services, which also include alterations, shoe repair, and more.
And A&T is family-owned company, and they've been in business since 1980.
1980?
Yeah, and you know what? That means customer service is their priority.
So call Ara today at 954-610-9383. That's his personal cell we're giving you. Or you can visit drycleanertoyou.com to start making your life and your dry cleaning a lot easier.
And make sure you tell them that the Fish Tank sent you, because Ara, my man, is giving our listeners 50% off your first order.
How much?
50. Half, Seth. Half. And 25% off any dry cleaning services after that.
A&T Dry Cleaning, the official dry cleaners of the Fish Tank.
You're now diving into the Fish Tank.
Dive up in that fish tank. Who that? Sitting down with Seth Living, OJ, Juice Man, ooh, and this is strictly for them true fans, dog fans. Number one, of course, y'all. This ain't no ordinary sports talk. Dive up in that fish tank. Go get your
Welcome back to the Fish Tank. Seth Levitt with OJ McDuffie at the Shula's Hotel and Golf Club, Juice.
What's up, Big Seth?
Juice, man, we have been bringing him in today, and this guy, he's been threatening to come on the podcast for a few weeks now, but we needed to get him in the state.
Right. Well, you know how we roll on our podcast. You know, we need them in town.
We need him in town. Yeah, I don't like that. Do it over the phone. It's impersonal.
Yeah.
The sound quality isn't the greatest because we haven't figured shit out yet. But the best way to get guys from out of town is when Stephen Ross pays for their trip.
That's right. Damn right.
And with that, Randy McMichael dives into the tank straight from the A. What's up,
What's
man?
happening, man? Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. We have talked over the phone and tweet and all that, and I keep saying I'm going to come on. But I'm more offended that y'all don't invite me because I always say I'm going to come on, but y'all don't ever say, Randy, you'll never give me a time or date or anything. And I see you, I
it's
listen
an open
to
invitation.
It, and I'm like, oh, so they had him on.
Right.
Oh,
right.
They had him on.
Well,
Yeah,
let me tell you, sir.
he lived in Pompano. He got on.
Yeah, it's a budget thing, Randy. It's a budget
It's all
thing.
good, man. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. We were talking before we came on air, man. I mean, I ain't called a pass in 6 years, man.
Right.
You got to plan your trips wisely
That's
nowadays,
right.
man.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
What?
That's good stuff.
Hey, man, but you're here now,
Yes,
right?
I'm
So it's
here.
all about the now. Who cares? We saved you for season 2. We got some of the other guys out of the way. So
That's
here
what
you
it
are in
was.
season 2.
Yeah.
It's strictly a budget thing. Like, I'm not even going to bullshit you. You were in Atlanta. You weren't going to get in the car and come down here. We talked about a road trip, but, we're still working on that one.
Well, some people have to get clearance.
Yeah. Well,
That's right.
starting with me.
Is
And Randy
this-
knows we're both married to Filipino
That's
women.
right. That's what I say. Is this boss clearance or mama clearance?
No, but that's kind of the same thing.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
It ain't me. My wife's like, yeah, get out of the
Yeah,
house.
she's pushing you out of the
Have
house.
a good time.
So it's definitely me. So let's just jump right into it, man. 2002, the Dolphins don't have a first-round pick. They don't have a second-round pick, and we're going to talk about why in a minute. But they start with a third round. They get Seth McKinney. And in the fourth round, they get a guy out of Georgia.
That's me.
We find a tight end.
That's right.
Guy's got a few things to say. Can play ball, but also could talk about it a little bit.
Yeah,
Randy McMichael, man.
I was brash. Brash.
Brash is a good word for
I was
it.
brash and didn't have any reason to be. I just remember being really disappointed. But I mean, it was crazy because when I was at the combine, I met with every single team except for the Dolphins.
Really?
And then the week leading up to the Dolphins, the draft, it is Pat Jones, who was tight end coach here. Y'all know Pat.
Oh,
y'all know
man.
crazy.
Pat Jones.
Y'all know crazy Pat. Pat just kept calling every single day. Like, you know how you talk. And so I was like,
God damn it, how you doing over there, Randy?
I was like, I'm on the first round, coach. I mean, y'all ain't got nothing.
You
Y'all
ain't got no
no
chance,
chance. And as them picks went by, and as those tight ends, and then third round comes around, I was like, well, here's Miami's only pick of the first day because that's when the draft was Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go right here. I'm still disappointed. And then I see Seth McKinney, and that just broke my heart. Because I was like, okay.
Kind of broke ours a little bit,
Right,
too.
yeah, this is some bullshit. That's exactly what I said. And so next day I wake up and I'm just depressed. My family, it's just a bad day. And my boy comes in the room and he's like, Randy, where's your phone? I was like, I don't know. I couldn't find my cell phone. Threw it somewhere.
Didn't even matter.
It didn't matter at that point. And so they called the house phone, and that's back when people had house phones. And so they called the house phone, and I'll be damned if it ain't Rick Spillman. And he's like, we're about to take you right here. And I was so excited to get down here. And I'll never forget, first day of rookie minicamp, I dropped every single pass. Yeah. I'm talking about ball hit me in the face. And I remember then Zach and them were out there, and I'm like, how can I compete with these dudes? These dudes are flying all over the place. And I remember I left, and I got back home. North Turner, who was the offensive coordinator at the time, calls me. He's like, what the hell are you doing? All right, I'm answering questions from the media about you and about did we waste a draft pick on you? And so after that, I just was motivated to do some good things, worked hard, came back, and the rest is history.
The rest is history, but it's interesting. He said, "Did we waste a draft pick on you?" Because the rest of that draft class was Seth McKinney, Omari Lowe, Sam Simmons, Leonard Henry.
Yeah, they're my boys now.
Not a good dude.
My boys. I'm talking about my boys.
Fucking Norv talking about wasting a draft pick.
Yeah, man, it was a rough time, man. Sam was cut, then he came back, was a returner. Then we signed West, and they cut him. Leonard, he just could never find his groove. Seth was pretty good. Seth was pretty good. Yeah. Amari was good. It's just the depth at corner here. He had played really well when he went to Atlanta. Get to see and talk to him a lot. But
is he still in Atlanta?
Yeah, he still lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
He's doing some stuff with the Falcons in the community and everything. Then he went back out to Seattle, did some stuff with the Seahawks. But he's doing really good, man. But it was a crazy class. It was a crazy year because a lot of people put Ricky in our draft class also because
you had to.
That's why we didn't have any picks,
right?
Because we gave them all up for Ricky, and
he is part of your draft class.
That's what I was saying. I was like, hey, whatever, man, whatever's clever. But I mean, that dude,
in my opinion, the greatest running back in Dolphin history.
Man, I've never seen nothing like that. And you talk about the dude that big to get the top speed. And I was just our first that time when the Jets, I think they beat us 8 straight times,
right? And
they were here, and I just remember. We ran a draw play, and it was Ricky and the safety. And Ricky hit that safety so hard. And I was just like, damn. And I went and looked at him. I was like, it was, what's his name, McGraw. Yeah. I was like, are you okay?
Oh, you went and asked him if he was okay.
Dude, I ain't never heard a collision that loud before, ever.
Ricky never shied away from that contact.
Oh,
that heat.
Loved it.
He loved it, and then he'll run away from you. He'll run through you, around you, and away from you.
Yeah, he played. I mean, it's fun. And I know people who follow me on Twitter. I love my Dolphins. I do. And most Sundays you'll see my tweet. Damn Dolphins.
Yeah,
because it's just
they do it.
It just it hurts me, man, because I know how proud this fan base is, man. I do. And living in Atlanta, there's a lot of Dolphin fans up there, and it just hurts my heart, man, because I mean, I went to other places. I played in St. Louis, I played in San Diego, but it's, this is me. Everybody associates me as a Dolphin, and it just damn Dolphins.
Yeah. Damn Dolphins. So you're not in on the tank then? You're not buying into that?
No, man, I can't do it, man. But like I said, I knew Chris back when he was a young scout, when I was here, and I was so happy that he got his opportunity to be a general manager, and I think he's going to do a good job, man. But this is the hard part about being a fan of a team that's going through a rebuild.
Right.
Yeah.
It's because
we've been practicing it for quite some time.
But but I mean, the thing with football is that as a fan, we wait year round for this. You wait all year, all summer for football season to start. And then when you line up and you don't have no chance to win,
right?
I mean, I've been on teams with the Dolphins where, in October we playing vacations, because we know, you don't have no shot at it. I the year Ricky retired, they're like, this is going to be a long one.
What happened to that guaranteed playoff check I was counting on?
You know what I'm saying? You never know. You know, when you make the year-long budget, that, you for some reason, when I was playing here, we didn't put that in the budget.
No.
We didn't know. You didn't know if you were going to get that little extra playoff money.
Let's go back real quick, Randy. And I'm kind of perplexed. I guess that's a big word like mayonnaise right there.
What the hell are you talking about?
Perplexed. You said
when you first SAT words.
You said when you first got here, you were dropping passes.
Oh, it was bad because I wasn't the best route runner at Georgia. I really didn't run a lot of routes. I was a seam, cornered, just a deep threat as a tight end. And so getting here, having to run those speed outs and everything, and not getting my head around fast, and not realizing that Jay's throwing the ball before you come out your break, and I'm talking about ball planting off the side of my face mask, everything. And so it was a rough transition. But once I got back to Georgia after rookie minicamp, had a couple weeks to just slow down and just work on things. And I came back and it just clicked. It really did from the first day I got back for the off-season workouts as far as for rookies until minicamp, OTAs, or we call them quarterback school then,
right,
to the training camp. I just got better and better every single day, and I just started, climbing up the depth chart.
Yeah, I asked you this question. It's kind of a setup question right here because, I got a phone call from Charlie and Joey in the equipment room, and they said, OJ, we're going to give your number up.
Oh,
man.
my God. What about that?
We're going to give your number up. I said, for real? Like, I was in tears at home, you know what I mean? I was going to cry in the car. Nobody going to see it. I was by myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they said, but he's worthy, man. He's worth it. He's going to represent it well. But you tell me you dropping fucking passes.
Yeah, man.
They must have called you after that first day.
After the second camp.
The funniest damn thing about that was because I was 47 when I got here. And so the first day of training camp, because we had 2 days, first morning practice, I'm talking about just balling. I'm like just making sick catches and everything. So I'm all feeling good about myself. And, Coach Jones, he would make me come over early and watch film and everything before everybody so we can work on, look at, the practice. And so I get back to the facility and my locker's cleaned out. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell's going on? Like, I got that lump in my throat. So I called my mom, like, Mom, I think they just cut me. And she's like, what you talking about, baby? I was like, well, when you clean your locker out, you cut.
It's not a good sign.
I'm like, hold on. And so I called my agent. I'm like, hey, man, did they just cut me? He said, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, man, my locker's cleared out. He said, did they move you somewhere? I was like, no, I mean, what the hell's going on? And so
like nobody came over.
Nobody came and told me nothing. And so I go into.
They were too busy on the phone trying to talk OJ.
And so I
over there and shooting up the place.
And so I go into my tight end room, and Pat's in there watching. He's waiting for me, and I kind of crack the door open. He's like, what the hell you doing? I was like, Coach, am I cut? And Pat's like, what the fuck you talking about? and so I was like, Coach, they cleaned out my locker. Well, maybe they moved you because he didn't know either.
Right.
And so while me and him are in their meeting, Norv Turner comes down. Norv's like, yeah, sorry we had to do you like that. I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong, Coach. What are you talking about? I thought I did. I'm just panicked. And so he said, go to your locker. And there was 81 sitting there, and I was like, "Wow!" They gave me OJ's number. They gave me OJ's number. Yeah, I knew it was OJ's number, and I knew what he meant to the team and everything. But the funniest thing, and so once I got dressed, the vets come in, they see me with it on, they like, "Oh shit!" So everybody was excited about it, and so go out to practice. Our practices are open, and I'll never forget. I wasn't 5 feet out of that door. Who the hell is there with OJ's number on?
Was that OJ yelling?
It might have been.
For the parking garage.
Was OJ and Bo in there?
Who that? I mean, that's exactly what happened. Everybody was so upset. Who is that with OJ's number?
And you were feeling good up until that moment.
And that just hurt me. And so the practice goes on. I go out there, and I'm just bawling. And so go over to sign autographs. The guy's like, okay, you can keep OJ's number.
Goddamn right.
But yeah, dude, I didn't know that they called you because, I mean, I knew there were no 80s numbers left.
Right.
There were no 80s numbers left. So I was prepared to roll with 47.
Right.
So I'm like, cool. Because I remember I talked to him a couple weeks later. I saw him at Ale House. Ale House.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I would talk to him, and he was real, like, cool. I didn't know he was going to cry. But no, he was cool with me. He was real cool. He gave me his blessing and everything. And, not like I needed it. I mean, I was going to rock the number regardless.
You did.
Did you give him the, don't embarrass the brand conversation?
No, I knew he
did,
yeah.
but he didn't.
Right.
He
I didn't know much about him, but I trusted Charlie and Joey's, their judgment on that. But yeah, Randy 1000% rocked that number the way it's supposed to be rocked.
Yeah, and 81's been my number, and everybody associated with it. I remember when I left the Dolphins and went to St. Louis, I remember I called Torrey. Yep. Torrey Holt, I was like, hey, man, let me get that 8-1 off for you.
Yep.
Well, I know that wasn't going to happen, but I mean, just
right.
Then, when I went to San Diego, I never forget, I was in Vegas, Memorial Day, and the Norv calls me up, and he's like, well, you want 81? I was like, hell yeah, I want 81. He's like, well, some undrafted rookie got it, so we could take it from him. And I mean, that's just been my number from now. Right. And my son, he wears it when he plays football.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so, I mean, that number just solidifies myself. But yeah, I never knew that OJ was crying when Joey and them told them they won't give his number away.
I got 2 phone calls from that office. One of them said, you want to come pick up your shit after I got cut? Or do you want to mail it to you? I said, man, just mail that shit to me. And then the phone call about the number. So it was cool. But Joey and Charlie, they're my boys.
They're my guys. They're my guys.
So they gave me the heads
not everybody gets that call.
They gave me the heads up on all that shit.
I was gonna know what. Not everybody gets that professional.
I mean, that's big time that they called you. But yeah, that was the funniest. Yeah. I mean,
they didn't call me to ask my permission.
They just told you.
Letting you know what was about to go down.
Yeah, but they didn't want you to show up and see that without knowing. They had enough respect. Yeah, absolutely. Not everybody gets that.
No, well, I appreciate them too.
Just gonna get that phone call. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's love. That's love.
Well, hey, I love the number. You know, and it's funny when you look on TV and you're watching the Dolphin game, you see the 81. I'm like, is that me or OJ?
Right.
I always
Pictures.
say,
I got the one of you diving across the pylon.
Yeah.
I see that the sign said, that's not me. That's Randy. That's a badass picture, though.
Dude, what
you got to put that picture right there is off the chain.
That's the
right
one
there.
that's the play that by then I was working with the first team and everything, but I still wasn't a starter. And then, you know, after that play, I go in the locker room. And Dave, cause I hurt my arm, and so you know rookies, we gotta play special teams the second half. And so Keith Armstrong comes up there, he puts the numbers on the board of who's going to be wearing the second half, kickoff, and all that. And Dave goes up there and said, "Hell no, 81's not going to be on there."
Right.
No. And so then the next morning, they call me about 8:00 and come over and meet with Dave and everything, and they're like, "We're going to make you the starter." And you know, and then I just from that day, I was always a starting tight end in Miami, which was always great.
Yeah, that's what's up right there.
You couldn't have
picture
81
I'm
sitting on the bench. The Superman.
Yeah, the Superman from way
was
out.
against the Saints.
Yeah,
way
man.
out.
Took off from the 5.
Yeah, way out.
You let me try something like that now. Like I told you the other day, I fell outside of the house. My whole left side still hurting. Yeah, I had to woke up this morning and still feeling it.
Dog snuck up on you.
Yeah, that fat broad. That's my girl though. I got a fat bulldog,
awesome,
Delilah. Yeah, she snuck up on me. Yeah, because we have a son, Samson, and she wants to have another baby, which, you know, listen.
So you gave her Delilah
Yeah.
with 4 legs.
Yeah, because I'm not naming my daughter no damn Delilah. You know, Samson and Delilah, no, we don't need that kind of karma in our house. We don't need that kind of karma in our
There
house.
it is.
Yeah, oh, look at that.
Preach. I mean,
Great-
that's a
great
classic.
shot.
I mean, it was fun, man. Like I said, that is that's probably
that's iconic
special.
right
It's
there,
a
man. That's
special. It's a
unbelievable
special
picture
play,
right there.
special picture.
Who took the picture? Do we know?
Sports Illustrated. There's a guy
Okay.
for Sports Illustrated, and I'll never forget
they're pretty good.
Pat Jones got it framed for me. You know, and I still got it in my house to this day.
That's what's
He
up.
got it framed for me. It's probably a couple of weeks after that, and then I got it painted. The guy from some painter was on the corner at our facility holding it, like he painted it for me and gave it to me, and it's
That's
at the
what's
house
up.
still. And then it was on the like Sports Illustrated comes out with the best pictures of the century, or whatever,
Sure.
and it's like on the cover.
Yeah.
It's a great
So yeah,
shot,
it's
man.
pretty damn cool.
It says here Bob Rosato.
Oh, yeah. Well, Bob's legendary. That's awesome.
That's good stuff, man. That's one of the best shots I've ever seen when it comes to football, man.
It was all right. It was all right. It
was pretty damn good, man. So let's go back again to that rookie year. He talked about traded for Ricky, gave up all those picks, and then Ricky does what Ricky was supposed. Well, hell, he couldn't even expect that, right? 1,800 yards and 16 touchdowns, and then JT leads the league in sacks, and we have all these guys go to the Pro Bowl. We go 9-7.
Yeah.
Because what happened? No, we were rolling. We were rolling
Good
because
start,
remember
yeah.
we went to Indy, we beat Indy, and we beat the Patriots, and then we went to play Denver on a Sunday night up there in Denver.
Is that the game
Chris
that
Chambers?
Chris?
That's the Chris
We had
Chambers.
Chris on. He talked about
That's when
that.
Chris got hurt. That's when Aronde got hurt.
And Jay, I think.
And that's when Jay broke his hand. He broke his hand right before that last drive.
Yeah, it's bad.
And
for a
so
quarterback.
we drove down. Lindo kicks a field goal with no time left. We win the game. Jay has a broken thumb. Right. Damn.
Right.
But we loved Ray. So we like, oh, hell, we got Ray. We going to be straight.
Was that the Buffalo game? The next
Damn
one?
Buffalo game.
Oh, Lukey Luke.
And so so Chris wasn't playing. Chris wasn't playing. Aronde wasn't playing. James McKnight, he was banged up, and it was just me and Dedrick Ward. And so I was like, we finna get busy. And so come out the first drive, Ray's touchdown. I catch a touchdown pass. Oh, we ready. We road ready. Then I'll be damned if the damn wheels didn't fall off that bitch.
Oh my God.
I'm like, damn, Ray. I'm talking about overthrowing by 20 yards. And after that, it was downhill. We tried to fight and salvage some things. We beat San Diego. And then, who were we? It was, I think it was Green Bay. They went to play New York. Brett Favre going against the Jets. And if the Jets won, we were eliminated. Shit, Brett Favre finna go up there and tear that ass up. And we just finished in New England, I think, and we're on the plane coming back and like, oh yeah.
But we lost to New England.
But still,
you still thought it was good.
We said a backdoor to the playoff.
Yeah, but that was a bullshit loss in New England too, man.
And so I get there, so we land, we go straight to we go to that Dave and Buster's right there. We sit there, me and Chris watching the game. And I'd be damned if damn Herm, damn you Herm and Chad Pennington just broke my damn heart. So, I mean, it happened a couple times, man. But it was rough, man. It was rough, but that was a fun year, man. Ricky, that guy, what was that Buffalo game when he just up there in the snow, 200 yards,
running away from him, waving bye-bye.
That Monday night game against the Bears when we wore the all aqua that night, and he just went off, man. I mean, we had some fun games. fun times. We just couldn't get. I mean, damn, Jay.
Yeah, you guys really changed the dress code that year. I think with that all aqua.
Oh,
man,
that
was
was
fire
cold.
right there.
It was
man.
cold, and then
Come
to play the Bears that night because all the history with that and everything, and for us to go out there and just put foots in them the way we did. That was a whole lot of fun.
What was that like blocking? Again, as a tight end, you wanted to catch the rock. That was your deal. But having Ricky behind you,
I had to block.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you have him, everybody has.
Yeah, I had to block, and it was funny because, and it was crazy because when I went to San Diego with Noah, I had the same role. I had to pull and do all the counter runs and lead block for the running back. And the thing with Ricky is just give him a lane.
Right.
And that was all. He would always come to the other way, just kick him that way, just kick him that way. And you saw the run against the Bears when we were running the counter tray, and I pull around. Jamie Nels pulls around, he kicks out there, and I pull up and I hit Urlacher, and Ricky just cuts off that block. And Ricky was special, man. And I try to tell people this all the time. It's like Ricky was one of the smartest football players you'll ever meet in your life.
Everybody says
he was one of the smartest guys you'll ever meet. I mean, he was a little. I don't want to say he was weird. He was just Ricky.
He's Ricky.
I think people say, Ricky was Ricky. No, Ricky was just Ricky.
They should have taken care of Ricky.
Yeah, because that second year we ran him to the ground.
Right.
And I mean that was a rough. I never forget that Buffalo game here at night against Tequio and them. And I was like 24 then. I ain't never been that sore before.
Right.
40 times on that damn dirt.
Right.
And so they were killing Rob Conrad. And they were killing them. And so Tequio and London, and they come over there. Hey man, Conrad go get somebody damn killed. And so I'm like, hey, that's my teammate, man. What the hell y'all talking about? And so we go to halftime adjustments. Said, Randy, we're gonna move you to fullback. I was like, whoa. What the hell's wrong with Rob?
I ain't wearing 47 anymore.
I'm gonna get somebody killed.
What the hell's wrong with Rob? And so we ran that damn lead play for the whole second half like 25 damn times. Mm-hmm. And like that dude was so beat up. I don't think people really saw, because when you see OJ, you've been a locker, you see your teammates, you see how they feel. Looking at Ricky that whole week after, he just wasn't the same, man. He was so beat up. And we ran him to the ground. That's why when I got that call that he was retiring, I wasn't surprised.
Right.
Who called you?
We had a tight ends night out. And we were out dinner, and we were going to the adult establishments.
Who's at the tight ends night out?
It was me, Donald Lee, and Lorenzo Diamond. Yeah.
Tight ends night out.
Yeah, we were out. And
damn, sounds like they can own some adult establishments and things like that.
And then so we were out, and our guy Sid called us, and Sid's like, "Hey man, just heard Ricky's retiring." I was like, "Oh. All right."
Yeah.
And then the next one I wake up and there it is, Ricky retired. And I was like, damn. Yeah. I mean, I thought we were going to be we were going to be pretty good that year. And damn it, if he didn't leave. And then Travis, we had confidence in Travis Minor, but Travis got hurt in the preseason. He wasn't the same.
Two different backs right there.
Yeah. And then,
really different backs.
Sammy Morris tried to do his best, and that was the year we wore the orange jerseys, against, who do we play? New England. You remember that came back in New England and won that game. But the funniest thing about that was, we're cheering, we're celebrating and everything. And them damn Patriots, they just bust our damn bubble. Y'all still going home. What the fuck wrong with y'all? Y'all still going home.
Sick. You were pretty much when that dynasty was starting right there.
Yeah, man. I saw when it began.
Yeah.
It was crazy because if you could beat them, I think I had my best game as a Dolphin. And I mean, and that was that overtime game when he hit Troy Brown. Tom Brady just sat back there, pat the ball. We're like, somebody go get him. And he just drops that ball to Troy Brown over the top, and they beat us. And it was history after that because it just previously won the Super Bowl. Yep. But, those are some fun games. So I tell people all the time, going to Foxborough back then, it was so much fun. Yeah. It was like, because, they had that nasty dirt and mud, that mud field.
Yeah.
Even just walking out of the locker room on that
decline.
That little hill, and you're sliding on your, because it's a little slick there, and the cleats you hear.
But it was always funny that the sprinklers always got left on the night before we would go.
Right.
Always. Yeah. Oh, man, yeah. Because we were like, hold on. This field looks like this already before warm-ups? And you're like, okay. We had an issue with the sprinklers last night.
You spend more time changing the studs in your shoes than you do getting ready for a game.
But that's what New England does to you. They make you think about everything except for the damn game.
Right.
Need custom T-shirts made?
What about logo giveaways for trade shows or parties?
Wizard Creations will put your logo on anything and everything. So you got to find them at wizardcreations.com.
Yeah, the lowest prices around, what services available. Wizard puts your logo on everything.
And they really do, Juice. Luke Freeman, who is the wizard at Wizard, is an amazing guy. And if you have something that needs to be branded, Luke is the guy who will get it done. He's done our fish tank shirts that everybody's been asking for. We've worked with him at the Jason Taylor Foundation for years. There's nobody better than Luke Freeman and Wizard Creations.
Yeah, so for all your custom merch needs, call our friends at Wizard Creations at 888-217-4084. That's 888-217-4084. Also check them out at wizardcreations.com.
And when you do that, Luke said use the code FISHTANK. He's going to give you free setup and 10% off your first order. Free setup, 10% off. You're going to save some money and get great branded product. wizardcreations.com.
So yeah, right. But yeah, it was a fun ride here. Learned so much. Charity work, learning from guys like Jason Taylor and Junior Seau, guys like that, and making great lifelong friends. And the one guy that I was telling people about, and he deserves to be in the fucking Hall of Fame, is Zach Thomas.
No doubt about it.
And people, it's like, what's Zach like? I was like, Zach cooler than a fan. Zach would go out with us, and people would just gravitate to this dude. And he can go anywhere. We took him to the hood. We took him to Rolex one night.
Anywhere.
we took Zach with us to Rolex.
How long before he was crip walking through the...
Oh, dude. But the crazy thing was, Seth, is that we went out that night. We were down on the beach partying, and then we were, of course, Zach, he spares no expense. He rented a limo for us and everything. And so we're coming back up to Fort Lauderdale, and somebody says, hey, let's go to Rolex. I'm like, dude, I think it's like Rolex is about to close. And so we're pulling to Rolex, and the chicks are actually walking out with their bags. And so we get out the limo, and them bras turn around and go back in the club.
You about to make our night.
Yeah, and the owner kept the club open up for us because Zach was there. And Zach was there like Zach, you know how Zach does with, he comes out of shirt. He wants to crip walk. He wants to flex. But, yeah, that dude.
You didn't give him a black and mild, did you?
No. But, no, it's a damn shame that he has not gotten the Hall of Fame.
It's coming, man. It better be this year.
I hope so, man, because he really fucking deserves it. And people, again, a player that you don't realize how great he was. He knew where the ball was going before the ball was snapped. I mean, you look at the notes and everything that he would take, and then you bring in a guy like Junior.
Notebooks.
You remember those notebooks?
Oh, yeah.
And then you bring in a guy like him and with Junior, and Junior and his freelancing ass. I feel something, and he's gone. Junior done shot the A-gap, the damn back running down the field uncovered, man. But the late, great, my brother Junebug, miss him so much. But, it's fun being back. It took me a while to come back. It did. Stuff didn't end the way I wanted it to end here, but at the same time.
It rarely does in this league,
it does. But, at the same time, I kind of saw it coming with the new coach, and he didn't like me, and I damn sure didn't like his ass. And, and that's, I didn't mean to embarrass him the way I did, but,
So talk about that.
Fuck Cam Cameron.
There you go. Real talk.
Yeah.
There you go. He talked about it.
I mean, you look at a guy who, because the Super Bowl was here, and I was doing some media stuff, and the guy came up to me, and all he said was like, "What do you think about new coach Cam Cameron?" I was like, "Who is that?" Because I didn't know nothing about the man.
It's not your job to sit
and
there
that's
and
all
know
I
every
said.
assistant coach.
And that's all I said. And he was up in his feelings about it.
Did he question you on it?
Yeah, he did, because it was crazy. One of my best friends got married down here. He got married on a Friday. And so I got the request to come see him. He had just got in and everything. And so I drive up and, shit-faced a little bit. Drive up, meet with him. And the first thing he says as soon as I'm walking in his office is, "Cam who?" And I knew right then, I was like, "Oh, this ain't gonna fucking work." Yeah. And then, the GM Randy Mueller, that wasn't gonna work because 3 years previous, when it was time for contracts, and they put an offer out, and I'm walking out the building, he said, "Did Drew show you the offer?" I said, "Yeah, he showed me that bullshit y'all offered." And I walked out. And I kept it moving, and then.
But that might have rubbed him the wrong way.
I don't give a shit. You're not going to lowball me, and I'm coming out with my best year and having a great year, and so it got done because Nick Saban was like, I don't, and this is his favorite phrase, I don't read the paper and I don't know what everybody's making, but what's the problem? I said, I need a fucking contract, coach. Right. And that was on a Monday. Drew calls me Monday night, said it's almost done. And then Tuesday we signed the extension. But yeah, and so you find out later on about things like that, and North told me about, Cam, he never wanted to keep you because he thought that you were a poison in the locker room. I'm like, dude, I was captain 3 years in a row on this team.
Right.
I don't think he realizes the biggest poison in that locker room was every time he walked.
Yeah, because, I mean,
that's the problem.
And then, and I thought we were going to do something special because they went out and got Joey and everything. And then I just remember being in
Joey Harrington? I know who you mean.
I remember being in Colquitt, Georgia at Charles Grant's charity, and Alex Marvez calls me.
Marvez,
my
the
guy.
dude.
Yeah, Alex calls me, and Alex was like, Randy, they're trying to move you right now. I said, where the hell they moving me to? And he was like, well, there's a couple offers that I'm hearing. And I'm like, oh, shit. Then he told me the team, and he's like, well, Green Bay's out there, Chicago's out there, because Chicago came back another year and tried to trade, and Nick wouldn't do it. And I was like, I ain't going to damn Green Bay. Should have took my black ass to Green Bay. I should have went to Green Bay. I should have went to Green Bay. But that pride, and then once it came down that I wasn't going to be here anymore, I did an interview with, I think it was
Armando?
Yeah. It surprised people that in the article I didn't bash anybody. I was polite and everything, but deep down like, man, fuck Cam Cameron. Right. And then find out years later from North Turner what actually went down, and that made me hate that bastard even more.
Yeah, that's the real talk, man. I didn't talk shit about Jimmy until now, and I can't stand his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel you, man. It's like some of these coaches, people don't realize that, how they feel about you, how they treat you, and how they talk about you. And so you got to run that corporate line, company line all the time, and shit. The real talk is the real talk.
Yeah, and quiet as a cat. I mean, they went with 1-15 the next year.
I was gonna say he did you a favor.
Yeah, but I wanted to be there for it, man.
Yeah.
I really did, man. And I tell people I didn't want to leave Miami, but at the same time, I knew it was time to go because once I met that dude, I was like, and then to go to St. Louis, and oh my God, that was rough. Because the thing about it is, when we lost here in Miami, goddamn, we was in Miami.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You were with Zach and the Rolex in the limousine, huh?
Losing in St. Louis, good gracious. Living in Earth City, Missouri, bruh, it's rough, man. It's a rough existence, man. But I still came back a lot. Still have my house here. And so I got a chance to hang out with the guys all the time. And they would tell me, like, you know what, this damn dude, they would talk about just the disrespect that they showed this guy. Nobody, nobody gave a shit what he said.
Right.
And they were like, I was like, really? It was like, man, this dude has no respect from anybody. And then, he leaves, and then my man Spo comes in, and Sperano was, he was real dear because he wanted to draft me to Jacksonville because he was tight end coach at Jacksonville. And I'll never forget meeting him after a game, and his wife, he was so pissed when the Miami, because they had a couple picks after us, and they took some bum from Virginia, Missouri. He was dog shit. He was dog shit. And so and for him to come in, and I'll never forget, we were in Seattle playing the fucking Seahawks, and you know how they show the game, like the highlights of the game. And I'm looking at Ronnie throwing touchdown passes. I'm like, what the hell's going on up there? And so I'm like, hold on. What the hell is going on? I mean, Ronnie Brown throwing, and so I get, we go up to Seattle, we lose a close game, get home, and turn on TV. Like, what the hell the Dolphins doing?
Yeah, man.
That Wildcat took storm, and it was, but that playoff game, Baltimore shut that shit down.
They shut it down.
Baltimore has a tendency to shut us down on the regular.
Yeah, Baltimore shut that shit down. But yeah, I never wanted to leave here, never did, and it hurt. Because I was like, I would have been a part of that 1-15 team, but it's the fact that this is home. It always will be home. Me and my wife come down a lot, just to get away for a couple times, and I try to stay low key and
how many times you been in here and ducking us?
I've been this year. This is like my fourth time down because she brought me down she brought me down for my 40th birthday and everything. We had a nice time, and I came, but. Yeah.
Well, we got you now.
You got me here, man.
Bringing up old shit.
But yeah, because me now. I'm just a simple cul-de-sac dad. I don't like to go no damn where.
That's me.
I just and it's funny because when my coworkers, they were like, you going? I was like, yeah, I'm going, man. And it was like a countdown of yesterday before our flight left. No bullshit. It was a countdown if Randy's really gonna go, because I always say I'm gonna go somewhere I never go. I was saying, I'm going because I was supposed to do this 3 years ago.
Right.
I was supposed to come down 3 years ago for the alumni thing, talk to Anna and Troy and all that. I was supposed to come. No, I ain't.
Right.
The following year, you gonna come? Nah, I ain't gonna come.
Well, now you're in. Man.
Now I'm here. Now I'm here, and I'm excited to be here. And it was like, what? And then found out, damn, they're playing the Chargers, which was even fun. I was like, damn, they playing the damn Chargers. So they're like, oh. So who are you rooting for? I said, man, you get the hell out of here, man.
Going with that shit.
You going with that bull crap, man. You know who I'm going for, man. I'm going for my damn Dolphins, all right? It ain't,
At least let me check out of my room before
You know,
I start rooting against
it. It was nice of Mr. Ross to put us up over here at Shula's and everything, but I don't want to go to the room and key not work.
Right.
So I got to be politically correct until our flight leave at 10 tomorrow night. Right. So I got to be politically correct.
We can get back on Twitter.
Yeah, then we get back and say about these damn Dolphins. God almighty, I just wish they would win.
Yeah,
because like I said, this fan base, man, they're thirsty for it, man, and they deserve it. And I got a question: how y'all like these new colors, man?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
they've been around so long now, man. I mean, kind of getting used to them, but yeah.
I'm a traditionalist.
When they do throwback, that's when everybody gets us real excited about the throwback colors.
And that says something, right? Because they bring it back more and more now because of how popular it is.
It's that money thing. Change the logo, change the colors. Everybody's got to go out and buy new shit. It is what it is. I think eventually they will get back to the old stuff.
I like that dark teal, man. That dark teal. But it was crazy because everybody wanted to wear it because on the day we would wear the white jerseys and the teal pants. Hell, with Nick Saban is always white.
Right.
We wore white. We wore white 16 games.
Yeah.
You're like, come on. And the one thing about it is the fat boys, they don't look good in it.
No.
The linemen, they hated wearing
that. That's not your problem, though, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you like that white. I love the white.
I was I
like the white on white. I wasn't really into the aqua pants.
I like the aqua pants.
The white on white, though, was my shit.
I like the white with the aqua pants.
I like to have a whole bunch of aqua socks showing with that white on white. You know what I mean?
This is the kind of shit that people who catch the ball for a living talk about.
I lay my whole uniform out before the game.
See, I ain't do that shit, man.
Hey, at least they play ball because a lot of guys look like Tarzan, play like.
Oh, dude, the dudes that you want to be the first one off the damn bus, those kind of guys.
Yeah.
But no,
we had a few of those too.
We
had a few of those.
I got some. I keep on saying y'all. We, because I am a Dolphin. We got a lot of those now. I mean, but hey,
there's a lot of them in the league now.
They just soft now, man. They soft.
Here we go, the old guy talk.
Yeah,
I like it.
They're soft. They worry about every damn thing. It's all about likes and retweets and. Dude, just go play damn football, man.
Right.
And that's why I try to tell them, like, you hear all the time, I know that y'all don't want us to win. Why the hell do you give a damn what they think?
Right.
Why don't y'all just worry about go play?
Period.
It's so much easier if you just go play.
Well,
amen.
We've had some guys on here. We've had some guys that played in the 70s, man, that talk about 4 days.
Hell yeah.
These dudes don't even have 2 days anymore.
Juice. I was in San Diego when the new collective bargaining agreement came down with the less practice and all that shit. And now, first of all, you're in San Diego.
I was going to end that good weather.
Okay, it's cats falling out in San Diego doing that soft ass schedule. I'm like, dude, do you know what we had 6 weeks of 2 a days.
Right.
All right. It wasn't none of that.
And it's 68 degrees right now.
I'm talking about here in Miami.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm saying.
And it wasn't no water break. Like, I remember you hear the horn.
Right.
Oh, shit, practice over. Water. The hell you mean water? We just started. We just started practice. But, I mean, again, it's just a soft brand of ball, man. It is. But, I mean, I love it still. Sundays, don't speak to me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just call me on the intercom. What you need? Yeah, go ahead. That's all. That's
just
what it
clear
is.
it. You got clearance.
That's what it is. Yeah. So
everybody
knows that.
Hey, Red, let's circle back to some of your days back here, man. You had a plethora, another big word.
Damn.
Of quarterbacks here, man.
Seth, you rub it off on him.
You talked about Fiedler. You talked about Luke. You mentioned Joey Harrington in there a little bit, but you also had Brian Greasy.
Yep.
Touchy Feely. Rosenfels.
Yeah.
Big Sage. Yeah, Gus Frerotte.
Yeah.
Dante Culpepper.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about having Cleo
Lemon. Don't forget my boy Cleo now.
It's another Marty Booker session.
Yeah.
It really is.
That's a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Well, they had that T-shirt. I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
They had that
shit was
and
so
Randy's
funny.
like, I played with 10 of them.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
In 4 years.
Talk about that, man.
Dude,
4 years.
It was hard because, Jay's my guy. And I talked to Jay last year. So matter of fact, we did a podcast together and I saw him at the airport and, Jay was my guy because Jay would throw me the ball. I loved Ray. I love Ray as a person, everything. Ray, we just didn't have that connection that I thought we would have. Cleo, I
love Ray too. He didn't have a connection with anybody.
Yeah. But I remember I caught Cleo's first touchdown. And it was funny. It was that Christmas night game against the Jets, Monday night. And I remember I caught it and threw it in the damn stands. And so he runs over like, "Hey, where's the ball?" I was like, "Oh, he got it." But luckily the fan was nice enough to give the damn ball.
Wasn't
back.
some little kid, was it? He didn't yank it back from some little.
And then having Gus here, me and him had that great connection also. And we thought that we would draft and then let Gus play one more year, draft a young quarterback, and move on from that. But then
who was we?
the team, the offense. We thought this is what we're thinking. Because Gus is old. So, but Gus played well.
I feel you. I just was like that drafting a quarterback mentality.
We just thought, and then you don't know that Dante Culpepper and Drew Brees are coming up. They're free agents, and you get your choice. And so, again, me and Chambers out to dinner, and you get a call from Nick Saban, and Nick's like, we were talking about the quarterbacks or whatever, and they're saying, okay, we just had Drew in. They say Drew's shoulder never be the same. Dante coming off a knee injury, he'll be fine. We'll move on from that. So, okay, no problem. That's what y'all tell us. Not a problem. And goddamn.
Exactly.
It just never worked. Dante never got healthy, never get his weight in order, and then Joey had to be the quarterback. And
Drew's shoulder was all right.
And Drew's shoulder seemed like it's all right, right?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about Joey, because I've heard some stories. You don't have to go too deep into it.
Joey was good people, man.
Yeah,
Joey was good.
I don't need good people. I need good quarterbacks.
Joey was a good dude.
He played the piano pretty well, I heard.
And we played. It was crazy. We had a preseason game against Jacksonville. And Joey throws the ball to me in the triple coverage. I just happened to just go between three people, catch the ball.
Preseason, goes in triple coverage.
Yes. And so I catch the ball, touchdown,
that could be a
and
problem.
he runs down there and hugs me. And I just look him in his face. I said, dude, you finally got some guys that got your back around here. Right? We ain't going to let you down. And damn it.
You told him not to do that shit again,
I went to Son and said, don't you ever throw that damn ball like that again.
Ever.
And it was just up and down. Joey, the one problem with Joey is Joey only had a damn fastball. Like, he would just hum that damn ball in there. And it was crazy. We went to Detroit that year. And his homecoming on Thanksgiving, and we got a win for him up there and everything. But that was a long ass year too, man. And it got to a point where, that's when the Alabama rumors started coming down about Nick, and that's when he did that shit in front of the press. I'm not going anywhere or whatever.
Not going to be the Alabama
and
coach.
Our last game, we go to Indy, and so we go up to Indianapolis. His last game, we beat the Colts actually. And so we're on the plane, and I'm talking about you want to talk about ruckus. We were on that plane coming back, loud, everything, and Nick, just comes out. Hey, y'all need to settle down. And I don't know who it was. I know who it was, but I ain't gonna say who it was. Said, man, shut the fuck up. You about to leave anyways.
Hey, real talk.
And so we get back to Miami. We get back to Miami, party our ass off. Go back, get home, probably about 6 in the morning, probably about 7:30 phone ring. It's Nick. And he said, yeah, I'm just calling the captains, let you know that, talked it over with Mr. Huizinga, and I'm decided to leave and go to Alabama. And so I was like, okay, Coach, well, good luck, best of luck to you and everything. And I just took my ass back to sleep. Because, we already knew Nick was going to go to Alabama. Nick belongs in college and everything. And that was his biggest thing was he couldn't handle the fact that he could control grown men. But I tell you who he had shook, though. I got Joey. He had Joey shook, man. Joey was so shook. Joey would have to sit at the bottom of the steps with a stick of gum, half unwrapped, and Nick's hat. All right, that's what he had, yeah. And he better be standing right
Joey
there.
Tremino. Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He better be standing.
Not Joey Harrington.
No, not Joey Harrington. He better be.
I just want to make that transition.
Yeah, he better be sitting there right there. And the funniest thing was.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And the funniest thing was JT, Jason Taylor, they grabbed the hat one day. It took off running, and Joey's chasing JT and them around with his damn hat, trying to get because Nick didn't play that. What? You better have that damn hat. But I tell you what, he was the smartest football coach I've ever been around. And the thing, you remember that year, his first year, we were 3-7, and he said, if y'all listen, we'll win because we had, captains go up. We sit with them and everything. We're like, Coach, in practice, can we take our helmets off and all that and everything? And we appreciated all that.
Wait, you weren't allowed to take your helmets off?
Not during practice, no. Like between drills you could, but like during stretch and everything, no, you had to have the helmet, buckled, all that. So we go up there and we're thinking, we all get together with this was going to go happen. We're going to tell them how we feel and all this, right? And Nick's like, he's sitting there, okay, guys, I got you. Come down, team meeting. Talking then obviously he just goes on a tangent. I hear some of y'all son of a bitches don't like going around with your helmet on. And I tell you, and we're like,
what the
damn,
fuck?
dude, we just, you just. And from that day, whenever we would go up to a meeting, because we all had a captain's meeting on that Wednesday, he'd say, anybody got anything? Nobody say shit.
Nah.
Nobody say, but nobody say nothing. But we did. We won the last 6 games of the year, put ourselves in a position to get to the playoffs. But yeah, then coming back into the next year, you're like, we're excited. This is going to be it. And then that damn quarterback situation went down. And I know everybody talks about they passed up on Drew Brees twice. Nobody didn't see Drew Brees like this.
Exactly
man.
Right.
Nobody saw Drew because Drew was okay in San Diego,
right.
And they were going to replace him anyways with Phillip Rivers.
Yep.
But yeah, nobody.
And the shoulder, you got to take that shoulder.
Dude, he tore that labrum like that, and you saw the play when he's going for the fumble, and John Lynch falls on him, and I mean nobody saw it. Nobody saw it.
Tom Brodz maybe.
Yeah, Tom Bratz was calling for him.
Yeah.
This was pre the injury. This was coming out of the draft when they took
draft.
Lamar Fletcher.
They took Lamar Fletcher
When we had Pat and Sam on the roster, and they
Why
took
did
Fletcher.
they take Fletch that year?
Yeah, right.
Fletch my dude, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. He can be your dude.
Yeah, Fletch good folks.
But
I understand. You want
feel
good
a lot
football
better
players.
if you were like, man, Drew Brees is my dude, though.
I mean,
that's my quarterback.
I
feel a whole lot better.
Me too.
And you and Fletch could go out to fucking dinner and do whatever.
You know how I feel about it, man. I mean, I had a close relationship with all my teammates, but at sometimes you be like, damn, this
and you
dude's
might
sorry,
still not know who Cam Cameron was if that was the case. Just saying.
Man, bump Cameron, man. That's why. Has he had a job since?
Well, he had one in Baltimore, and they fired him in the middle of the season
and went to Super Bowl.
And won Super Bowl.
Yeah, so man,
that's the last job I'm
Hey,
saying.
Randy, were you in the captain's meeting with Cam Cameron when shit went down?
No, I wasn't on the team. But they told me what
happened.
I'm like, dude, you're the fucking head coach. You're the head coach, and you let dudes talk to you like this? Dude, they had zero respect for him. And then you come in, I mean, you go out and you give Joey Porter all this money, but you don't let him do what Joey Porter does.
Right. What got him there.
You know what I'm saying? You got him dropping the damn. That ain't what he does. And, who the hell was the quarterback that year?
Well, Cleo was the quarterback.
Yeah, Cleo.
At one point.
And, John fucking Beck.
Oh, yes, that's right.
John Beck. He's going to be the savior.
That's right.
Second round. And y'all forgot about the great AJ Feeley.
No, we didn't forget about him.
Little touchy feely.
Damn.
We didn't forget about
Dude,
him.
you talk about a weird cat.
Yeah.
Who just AJ could throw the ball, but AJ was so arrogant. He came off. This is how we did it in Philly. I remember in the middle of the game, he changed how the huddle was one time because that's how he did in Philly. Man, and me being me, man, shut the hell up, man, and just throw the ball. And then remember he bruised his ass.
Yeah.
And Debo slapped him, and he acted like he was about to damn die. He had a rough weekend. That's the San Fran and Seattle weekend. So we stayed out on the West Coast that whole week. And so we go to San Fran, and he dislocates his finger. You would have thought he got shot. You would have thought he got shot. It was like, man, get your ass over here to the sideline. Just throw a touchdown pass, and you over here complaining. Then the next week he bruises his ass, and Debo slaps him on it. And then AJ didn't want it. He didn't want it. He didn't want it. He was a backup for a reason.
That's got to be the most frustrating thing, man. You got guys that
just don't fucking want it.
Yeah, man.
It's football, man. You get an opportunity to go out there and play, but you got guys
out there that are just collecting checks.
Yeah, and it's still to this day. It's always that mentality is. What you love what football does for you. You love instead of do you love football? I love football. Right. And it just so happens that I was blessed monetarily with things, but I didn't play the game for. No, let me stop bullshitting. I did play the game for.
Right.
But it wasn't the most important.
But there was something else.
It was something else that mattered. Now you got guys. And it goes back. It goes back to high school. Whenever you see these kids signing these new letters of intent, and what is the first thing they say? My next 3 to 4 years, like these some bitches ready to go already. You know what I'm saying? And even after your third year, and you might get an evaluation from the scouts or whatever that you're going to be a 6th-round draft pick and still come out because you just want to get that clout so bad. You want to be able to, making $300,000 a year and buy a $200,000 car, but living in a damn team hotel. I mean, that's what they want nowadays. And like we just didn't have that mentality. It was all about, we're going to grind, we're going to do this. And if we're gonna win, we're gonna win together. We're gonna lose together.
Right.
And I learned a lot of that here because when I got here, we were so veteran-laden, especially defense with Timbo and and Twan and all those guys and Derek. I mean, we of course Sam and Pat and Brock and everybody. They brought in Sammy Knight. I mean, we were so veteran-laden on that defensive side of the ball. And offensively, we had great veterans. Tim Ruddy, who was the dirtiest, nastiest center ever born.
Didn't say a word. He just was nasty, grindy.
I saw Rudd bulldog a dude one time. He couldn't get the backside cut off, so Rudd just dived and grabbed the dude by the back of the head and took him to the ground. Like Rudd. We had Todd Perry and Todd Wade and guys like that. And we just couldn't get it together, man. And that was the most depressing part about it because we had the fucking talent. Right. We had the talent. We were better than the Jets.
So let's talk about that for a second. Because I wanted to ask, and I was going to ask you about the transition to the coach you said was the smartest football coach you ever met, was Nick. And Dave was your coach. Dave was the coach that drafted you. Yeah. So he was the coach that drafted you. Yeah. He had all that talent.
Yeah.
Well, maybe talk a little bit about the difference between those two.
Well, the thing with David, and I'll always be in debt to Dave because he, like you said, he did draft me.
He's such a good man.
A good man, beautiful family, love his wife, Miss Wanstead. I remember everybody knows that when you have a baby or whatever, they always give you the cashier's bond or whatever for every child you have. But it was to a point where he was so defensively old school that it was all about the defense, run the ball, we'll throw it on third down, and we just, we'll put it in our defense. And that's why we won and lost games 13-10 and shit like that. And then when he got his running back and Ricky, because you remember that playoff game against the Colts when Lamar ran the ball 40 damn times. Right. Lamar wasn't the same. Was he the same after that?
No.
Never again. No, never the same.
He was really beat up.
Yeah, he was never the same after that. And that was Dave's mentality, man. And, we didn't buy into it. When the message gets stale and we start off 0-6,
you know what I mean?
And you're like, okay, something's gonna happen. And that's all we thought.
It's a trap game. It's a trap game, Randy.
Something's gonna fucking happen here. And then Dave resigns. And you're like, what the hell is going on around here? And then, of course, Coach
Bates.
My man, Coach Bates. Coach Bates was, and he was so funny because, when Dave leaves, and so Coach Bates thinks he's going to move it to the big office. And they're like, no, Coach Bates is like, no, I'm the head coach of this team. He finally gets to move to the big office. And, just having meetings with him, and he would come down, hey, man, here are the bullets for the week. And he was so old school, and if you dropped the pass, you jumped outside. You remember that fence all the way up in the practice field? They had to run to the damn fence and back and everything. If you dropped the ball, it jumped off sides.
They got a wall now.
Oh, was a wall there now?
Right.
But he
TNT wall now.
He was so, it was so over his head. But you wanted him to succeed because everybody loved Coach Bates. And, he made some tough decisions on personnel and everything as far as a quarterback because we didn't have one. He was trying to figure out. So eventually, because you gave up the draft pick and gave money to AJ, he had to be the starting quarterback. And nobody was feeling that, man. Because when you looked at AJ, and they told me this when I got to San Diego about him too, because they did not want to lose Cleo. Because remember, they traded him for Cleo. And everybody's pissed because everybody loved Cleo. And they told me the same thing about him, dude. It just seemed like it was AJ and us. And that's how we felt down here with it. It was AJ and us. Now, he was a cool cat, California swag with a damn Charlie Brown loafers with no socks and a little ass khaki shorts. That was him in California. California, that was California cool. But when it came to the game, it was just always that feeling of him and us. And it wasn't cool, man. It wasn't cool because you talk about Chris Chambers, underrated as hell.
Yep.
I'm talking about nobody that I can remember could catch the ball with them toes on the sideline like Chris. Nobody. Chris could do it with them long arms, short torso. Long arms, short torso with them long legs. But he was amazing. He was an amazing football player, great teammate. But, we just kept losing our core. OG was that dude. He run that dig route. Jay could put it anywhere. OG going to go up there and snatch it. You had me running down the seams. And then, you had Ricky running. We had so much. He just wouldn't let us go. I think that was the biggest thing about it is that he hindered Norv from doing what Norv wants to do. Of course, you got Ricky when you run the damn ball.
But you had enough talent on the outside
to do things with it that we just didn't capitalize on.
Yeah. Had 8 Pro Bowlers that last year.
Man.
8 Pro Bowlers.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, man. We had Channing in the tank.
Oh, hell.
Your boy. We talked about it
before we started recording. We talked about you and Channing, how you guys cross,
in radio a lot of times. Your show, his show.
Yeah.
He also, but he's talking about his rookie year, how you guys might have had, some words with each other. Maybe some words you guys might have had with each other. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Well, what happened was we were in the locker room, and Channing was bumping his gums and everything and talking shit. And so he came over there to my locker, and I grabbed him. And I dumped him on his damn back. And I told him, hey, you better get your little young ass on somewhere. But, that is like my little brother right there, man. And he tells a story all the time how Channing would actually show up to my house unannounced. And the funniest thing was one night we went out, and I thought Channing was at home because we had the car, had to drive and drop him off and everything. And I get home, and so I'm in the bed, and then Isaiah was 1. Isaiah might have been 2 then. And so Isaiah his room was right across the hall from us, and it had bunk beds. And so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And so I hear something, what the fuck's going on? Somebody breaking my damn house. And so what happened was Channing had the code to the garage to get in the house. Channing, big ass, is in my 2-year-old son's room on the top damn bunk. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Just big ass, and that leg is hanging off the side. I'm like, this dude done went and got his drunk ass in my son's damn bunk bed. But
on the top bunk.
On the top bunk. Like, what the hell? But we had some fun story. But again, that's like my little brother, him and Ronnie Brown.
Yeah.
You just be sitting at the crib doorbell ring. They said, don't call, no nothing, you know. And,
I like that.
But the thing with Channing is that I always pick up, you were a 2-down linebacker, dude. You can't cover nobody. You know what I'm saying? You can't cover no damn body, Channing. You know, but I'm so proud of him what he's doing here in Miami with his show. It's always fun to go on with him. I had a chance to do Joe Rose show the other day. Dude, Joe been doing it a long time, man.
Oh, long time.
Joe been around a long time.
Kind of invented this thing.
Yeah, and me and him, whenever I get a chance to talk to Joe, he tells about the good days of Miami. And I'm sure OJ got to experience some of this. You know, the popo, when you're drunk, you know, you shouldn't be they just take you home. Yeah. They ain't gonna take it. They ain't gonna take it to jail. They just take you home. I was like, really? So yeah, they didn't bother us. I got pulled over once, and the guy, it was just, I was like, damn, dude, is it that serious?
Right.
You know, going to the beach, and I didn't signal to make a right turn. I just turned right.
Oh, he's looking for you.
Oh, he's
looking for somebody. Looking for somebody.
And so, like, again,
that's a different thing.
Again, 4 guys, and so the one guy, he's just been an asshole.
What were you driving?
Yeah, I was driving my night car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And it was who?
Exactly.
Yeah,
we know what it is.
But it's fun. It was funny because he was like, that was the week. I know y'all remember when my man Ty Law got by the pole was running.
Yeah.
So I guess he was this guy that got him. I don't care who you are. I got Ty Law. I was like, I don't give a damn what you got. And so the other guy comes, he's like, Randy, just let him have this. Because he was a little short fucker too. Right. He wasn't short as Tony, but he was a little taller than Tony. he was a little taller than Tony, little ass.
Just a little bit, though.
I love Tony, man. Yeah. Tony was so funny, but Tony had that little man complex all the way. Dude, I used to walk around the damn locker room. Like just with that
with the Tony walk?
With that little big man strut. But it was funny because I was down here visiting a few years ago, and I was like, "Damn, is that Tony?" I was like, "Damn,
Tony's in law enforcement."
Yeah, I was like, "Tony, you're a policeman." I was like, "Good for you, big guy."
With a dog.
Yeah.
Huh? I think he's got
K9.
K9. Yeah.
I wanted the K9 bigger than him. Yeah. K9 bigger than him, probably. Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. Good time.
Too funny. Good. So I was going to ask, I had a question here, but I'm throwing it the fuck out. I don't care what happened in St. Louis and San Diego.
Right.
We talked about your position coach. We talked about Pat Jones.
Shit.
So we had Troy Drayton on.
Uh-huh.
Troy said the only time in the history of his football career, high school, college, or pros, that he actually tried to choke a coach out was Pat Jones.
Oh, yeah.
So how was that Pat Jones, Randy McMichael dynamic?
Oh, it was great. It was great. But me and Pat, we got into it a couple times. Well, the craziest one was, y'all remember Ed Perry?
Yep.
Ed was a team barber.
The barber.
And so Ed was, we had the walkthrough and then practice. And so Ed would cut my hair. And so I couldn't do it after practice. So we were trying to get it done real fast. Before practice. Right? So we're in the bathroom, we're cutting it, and like we're up against it.
So two of his guys from his room. Right?
We are up against it for me to get out there to walk. Because Ed was a snapper. So I might have been 30 seconds late. And that son of a bitch started screaming at me. And I'm talking, and I've always been a guy. I'm not a very confrontation with a coach because I've always been. Where I was raised back in Peach County. Hey, coach is coach, players play. They tell you to do it, you do it, no matter what. But that day when he was cussing and MFing me and everything,
he could string some combinations.
And I remember
together.
I went over to him and I said, "Let me tell you something, man. Don't you ever fucking talk to me like that again."
Right.
All right. We cool, Pat. But you ever fucking talk to me like that again? And I'm talking about I was a rookie, but by then I was playing well, so I kind of was smelling myself,
Right.
And so I could say some shit.
Right.
But I told him, I was like, don't ever fucking talk.
He's wearing 81.
Yeah. And we had a couple of episodes after that, but it wasn't nothing major. But yeah, that was, Troy's right, dude. He make it, like Donald Lee, he almost made Donald Lee quit football. Like Donald Lee, and that's my boy, he country boy from Mississippi, got his car stolen twice. Same car. Okay, remember he came to practice one day, came to the meeting room, he was late as hell. I was like, where the hell you been? Man, they stole my car, Randy. I said, the whole car? Yeah, man.
The whole car.
I said, you know why? Because your ass down there in Miami Gardens with the windows down blasting that music. Yeah. And they followed your ass back home and took your damn car.
Goddamn right.
Twice.
A couple months later. Man, they stole my car again. Like, they gonna get your ass. But yeah, Pat, but I love Pat, man. Pat was, he know shit about being no tight end coach.
Right.
Nothing at all. Didn't know shit about offense. Nothing at all. But the some bitch know how to motivate you. I mean, he knew how to get the best out of you. And he got the best out of me. He wasn't the best tight end coach I ever had. But I tell you what, he got the best out of me because the one thing about it, and Troy tell you this about him, if he wasn't yelling, you were doing something good. You didn't want to hear his fucking mouth because you were like, Pat, what the hell?
Right.
How many people you think said to him, "Don't you ever fucking talk to me like that"?
Probably
again?
a bunch. Probably ran him right out of business.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. No, Pat would dog.
He coached Dexter Manley, didn't he? And I think he had Dexter Manley.
Dude, he didn't talk to Dexter like that. I don't think.
No, Dexter would have choked him.
Yeah, Dexter's on that.
Dexter on the white lines. Yeah, he was on the white lines.
That's proven. We're not making anything up about.
No.
He tells the story.
Yeah, Dex tell you. Dex was a. you know.
Yeah,
he was one of
that
them.
guy.
Yeah, I don't like to put people business out there.
Right. But
It's public.
It's already out there.
That's fact. Yeah,
It's documented.
Dex like the white lines. Yeah.
Between the white lines on the white lines.
Yeah, whatever.
All the white lines. Let's talk a little bit about, we talked a little bit about you and Channing. Talk about your career now in the radio business.
Oh, man, dude, it's crazy because, once I left San Diego and, we were out there and I was like, she couldn't come back because she was pregnant with our baby. And so I just sat there and we were out and she was like, well, what you want to do? I said, I don't want to play anymore. Cause I told Noah I came back for one more year because they drafted a young tight end. He's like, can you just give me one more year? And I was like, well, we're going to have to make some stipulation about practice schedule and all that. Right. And so me and my wife, Donna, we sat down and I just told her, I was like, baby, I just don't want to do this no more, man. And, I got 2 older kids that live in Atlanta and I'm like, I'm away from them and I'm just, it's just not fun anymore. And I looked at it as a way for me just not to, I called Drew and I was like, Drew, can you talk to him? Cause, I don't think I want to do it anymore. And so once I got back and officially decided to stop, teams kept calling, Baltimore calls and Indy and Arizona. So I'm like, she's like, why don't you just take the visit? I said, I want to play. Because I knew once I stopped training in the off season and didn't want to wake up, I said, this is not what I want to do. Because I took that very serious, was my off season workouts. And so I go up to Baltimore, go up to Indy and everything. And I remember being in Baltimore and they're like, we go for the visit. And they're like, well, can you come out here and do a quick workout for us? I'm like, no. Dude, I'm established in this league. I ain't working out for you.
You want me to run a 40?
I ain't
all this? Nah.
OJ. He said run a 40.
Nah.
I was like, you know what, man, I'm good. And so I was tired. Me and her did some traveling. I tried to do the coaching thing, but I barely like my damn kids, so I ain't finna fuck. I can't fuck with them. These kids nowadays, they want to choke their ass, man. And so it was crazy. I was at an NFLPA thing gathering in Atlanta, the Trust. I was in Atlanta, and my man Algie Crumpler was there. And he was like, "What you doing now, man?" So I'm sitting on my ass, getting fat, getting pretty much drunk every day. Oh, that sounds exciting. Oh, it was. And so it was crazy because he gave me the number to the program director at 1990 Games. So I call him. And we talked about 20 minutes, and I didn't hear back from him for about 4 or 5 months. And then he calls me up. He's like, can you fill in today? And I was like, all right, cool. But it was during damn baseball season. So I'm up here trying to learn these damn names real quick of baseball players. And so once I did it, and I was like, this is pretty cool. So, I started doing part-time work, started filling in for the pregame football show and the Falcons and all that. And I just kept at it. That I was the full-time fill-in guy for everybody, for every show. When somebody was out, Randy filled in. And probably 4 months ago, they made some changes and they come to me and they asked me, Sly, like, you think you want to do full-time? Cause I didn't want to, I was like, I'm not doing no full-time work. I like being able to go to my kids' things and doing stuff like this. So I was like, I'm cool. So they asked me, like, do you want this full-time gig? And I was like, I got to talk to my family, sat down with my wife, kids. Yeah, no. It's from 10 to 2, so I mean, it ain't no full time job. It's from fucking 10 to. It's from fucking.
Sat down with the family and say that while nobody's home, I'm gonna be. Dad's gonna be out for a few hours.
It's 10 to 2, but they made me an offer. I was like, then they gave me another offer, which was pretty good, actually really good.
Right.
And so I was like, yeah, let's do it, man. And now they got me and my man Andy Bunker 10 to 2, having a good time. Ratings are great. Just got the sheet the other day. It's been a lot of fun, man. And
man.
I'm gonna stick with it because it's stealing money for 4 hours. Getting to talk sports. Yeah. I mean, it's
stealing without a master.
It's a pretty cool job. Other than
having a co-host is always a good thing. He prep you? Has you ready to go?
That's why. I prep for my show like I prep for my game. I'm road ready, man.
That's right.
That's awesome. So look, little side story on that. When Randy was drafted, I was a PR guy.
He was.
You look for the guys who can talk and who have personality, and you start to figure out who are your go-to guys in the locker room. And it was pretty early on, you knew this guy had a lot of personality. And he would give great stuff. But I went up to him one time. I said, hey, Randy, let me talk to you for a second. He said, yeah, what's up, Seth? What's up? And I said, if you just slowed down.
Yeah.
You remember this conversation?
I do.
I said, because you say great shit, man, and you could have people eating out of the palm of your hands if you just slow down just a tick. And he kind of looked at me like, all right, man, I got you. Just kind of move along, keep it moving, man.
But the thing about it stuck with me. And, sometimes I'll get on a tangent, I'll be going. But I still remember that conversation we had.
Yeah.
Because it was crazy because I
appreciate you saying that, even though it's some bullshit.
I listen to you. I try to listen to you, but it was crazy because when you would listen to yourself, you're like, God damn, I'm talking fast as hell.
Yeah. It's like watching film, right?
Yeah. When you hear it back, you're like,
way,
damn,
man.
I'm talking so fast. Slow the hell down, Randy. And sometimes even on the show, sometimes I got to catch myself because, especially I get a chance to call games on the radio and everything.
You're calling games, too.
I got to call the Celebration Bowl. And then I called the Birmingham Bowl last year.
Awesome.
And the guy who, my man who does the production of it and everything, and he'll call me and he'll text me during the game like, slow the hell down.
Yeah.
You know, because you're watching the game, you're like, you're so into it. But I mean, it's been a fun second career, man. Still, like I said, fucking work 10 to 2. Yeah. I mean, it ain't that hard.
Where do I sign up?
Drop the kids off at school. By the time I'm off, they're
picking them up.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, so they're probably like
dealing with Atlanta traffic is the only fucking thing.
Yeah, that loop is no joke.
Because we live outside we live right above the city, so trying to get down 85 in the morning is some bullshit. But other than that, it's cool.
Yeah,
better you than me. Well, hey man, you've been threatening it for a while.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
I didn't realize you felt like you were not invited.
I really felt kind of. I was like, damn.
Well, we don't do phone-ins, man. We're not doing phone-ins. Like, we need to look you in the eye.
Damn, they had him on, huh? And then I got that
Tony fucking Eggless is on, and I haven't got
goddamn. And so it was funny earlier this week when I saw your number pop up on the phone. I was like, damn, Seth found out I'm going to be down there.
Yeah.
Oh, we had the whole list.
But then I thought about it. I was like, hell, I'm going to be on that damn show. All right. Then you told me the hours or so. The kids, I think they downstairs in the car waiting because they ready.
The family's here.
Yeah, they ready to go to the beach.
Well, you better get them out.
Yeah, they ready to go to the beach.
In that case, we'll get you out of here, man.
But yeah,
really, really good to see you.
It was so much fun, guys. And I ain't gonna tell you I'll come on again if I'm in Miami. But if I'm in Miami,
let us know.
I'll let you know.
I'm
like, hey man, I'm coming down. Everything. Maybe we could do something like at the Cleveland or something.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, thanks for diving in.
Hey man, it's all good, man. Appreciate you, fam.
You're now diving into the fish tank.
Dive up in that fish tank. Who that? Sitting down with Seth Living, OJ, Juice Man. Ooh, and this is strictly for them true fans, dog fans. Number one, of course, y'all. This ain't no ordinary sports talk. Dive up in that fish tank. Go get your aqua orange. Yeah, it's time to dive up in that fish tank. It's only legendary talking when you dive up in that fish tank. Rockin' with OJ and Seth when we dive up in that fish tank. Fans with attitude, we got to dive up in that fish tank. Celebrate big or cry hard. Leave it all on the field, we gon' try hard. Old school, a new school, mix it in. Feeling like we up close when we listening. Dolphins tales, in Miami is the deep end. We vibing with our favorite players, no secret. We get with Seth and McDuffie, bringing up stories we never heard to the public. Bet we love it, Dolphins fans never budging. We loyal to the team, whether happy or we upset. We be like, what's next? Don't switch the subject, you know it's all about them fins. And if you ready for that water, time to dive in. Don't switch the subject, you know it's all about them fins. And if you down with Dolphins Nation, time to dive in. Don't switch the subject, you know it's all about them fins. You looking at that fish tank, it's time to dive in that fish tank. Go get your aqua orange, yeah, it's time to dive up in that fish tank. It's only legendary talking when you dive up in that fish tank.